How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Joe and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're on Beast PK and I thought I'd try out something a bit different to usual. So what I'm going to be doing for this video is giving you guys a bit of a beginner's guide on getting started on Beast PK. As I know quite often myself, I've found when playing a server that it's not always easy to establish yourself and get to the point where you can PK or PVM in good gear and such. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Let me know what you guys think, and with all that being said, let's get started. So obviously the first thing to do is make an account. All you need to do is load up the client, put in a username and password, and as long as the name hasn't been taken, then you should be able to log in just fine. Now when you log in for the first time, you will be presented with a very loud noise in your ears. You will be presented with a tutorial. As you can see, you have two choices. You can either go through the tutorial, which gives you 25 mil cash, or you can skip it, which gives you 10 mil. For the sake of this, I'll just skip over the tutorial and show you the end section, because that's going to be a little bit important for this video. So once you've gone through everything, as you can see, it says where did you find us, and you've got a couple of options. If you're watching this video and you're following the tutorial, if you select YouTube and then type in Joe OSRS, then that will go and give you a beginner's whip. As you can see, it hits twice as fast as a normal whip and has 2.5k charges, so definitely if you have been referred by a YouTuber, make sure you stick in their name. So as you can see, in your bank you'll get this starter whip and also a starter crate, which if we open you'll see it offers three different choices. You've got the starter AGS, starter Dragon Claws and starter Dark Bow. So for example, if we select Dragon Claws, you'll see that they're a special unique item, and actually these only have 25 special attacks before they degrade, so make sure you choose wisely, but these are definitely a nice advantage when you start PKing early on. So one good thing to do when you're first getting started is daily challenges. So if you come here and speak to this guy, you can say either I would like a daily challenge or what are daily challenges. So if we click on them, you'll see it says every day you can receive a new challenge. By completing these, you can receive a daily crate which contains up to 50 bill. So definitely worth completing, and if we go ahead and select it, it says your task for today is rob the castle chest 100 times. So pretty interesting. Some of them are more difficult than others, but definitely worth doing those if you want some cash early on. Now as you start to progress and get money and better gear, you might want to try out some PVM. As you can see, if we go into the task tab, you've got a PVM teleport section, and here there's various different bosses and monsters which can drop some decent loot. Now one thing I'd recommend is Darroking Evil Chickens at low HP, and the best way to do that is using a Dwarven Rock Cake, which you can buy from the miscellaneous store here, and you can also do ... gear, and then you can select Darroks, which cost 10 mil, and there you go, you've been geared up straight away. Alternatively, you can talk to the Barrow store and buy various different gear here. So I'll teleport over to the Evil Chickens now and show you guys a bit more about that. Now one really nice feature Beast PK has is the NPC examine option. So if we examine the Evil Chicken, you'll see here it actually brings up the drop table for it, and if we scroll down you can see all the different drops and also the rates at which they are dropped at. So you might get, for example, an Abyssal Whip, which isn't too rare, or if you get very lucky you might get an Evil Chicken pet, which is pretty cool to have. There's also tons of other different bosses which you can check out. So if we go through here, you'll see, for example, you've got all the God Wars dungeon bosses. They've also got some custom ones, like for example Beastie here, who is pretty damn OP. I've tried to fight this guy before actually, and we are getting absolutely destroyed, so I think we shall make a run for it. But yeah, there's some pretty epic bosses to check out, so if you do get some good gear, you can try your hand at those. I remember trying out this guy before and he just absolutely one-banged me, so hopefully we can teleport away. So if you're into Slayer, then I'd highly recommend checking out the Slayer camp by clicking on the Slayer icon and then teleporting here. You can get tasks from various different masters, and each task gives points as well as rewards such as coins. And also, once you reach 99 Slayer, you can get a set of Slayer Master Armor, which is good for high level PVM. And of course you can spend your points in these shops. For example, you can get things like a bill bag or a familiar, depending on how many points you have. You've also got the Boss Master, who gives boss tasks, and I think it has a 92 Slayer requirement, so it's quite high level content. But as you can see, if we access the boss task shop, it's got some very nice rewards in here and some pretty cool armor worth checking out. One good way of making money with not too high requirements is the castle, which is located in the wilderness, and you can access it by typing in ... castle. Now it is obviously dangerous, but it does give 500k per steal, as well as skilling supplies which you can sell for extra. It also has a rare chance of dropping the fluorescence, which is the best weapon in the game, and trust me, that thing is OP as fuck, so if you get your hands on that, then you're laughing. It also drops light weapons, and if you have a thieving pet, then the chances are increased. So once you've got a bit more cash and some decent gear, you might want to try out some PKing or PVM. If you want to do PVM, then one good thing might be trying out the PVM instances, which you can check out by talking to this guy here. And what they do is, an instance is a private area where you can kill the boss without being disturbed by anyone else. They do, however, cost money, so if you don't think you can kill the boss for very long, then an instance might not be a good idea. But if you think you can take a decent amount of supplies, then maybe pay the fee and try and get some decent loot from the boss. Now, if you're a PKer, one good thing is the loadout system. So if we go into the bank here, you will see you've got these little icons, and you can click on loadout settings for a bit more information. But essentially, you've got two different loadouts, and you can save the gear that you've got on. So for example, if we take out all our Daroks and we equip it, and then we go back into the bank and we select on the loadout, you can see here, edit loadout 1, save my gear, and then if we bank the Daroks and then click on 1, you'll see it equips it straight away. So for PKing, that's really handy because it means you can gear up super fast. And also you've got the ... gear system, which I showed you before. So here you can change your setup. You can, for example, choose a melee setup, and then you're ready to PK straight away. So there you go, guys, a bit of an overview of how to get started on Beast PK. If you want to check it out for yourself, it's a really epic server with tons of different content and lots of custom features. As always, I'll put a link in the description of this video. I myself am going to be doing a PK commentary tomorrow, so hopefully that goes pretty well. Leave a like if you're looking forward to that, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video. Cheers, guys. Take it easy.